So Lee, the new Harry Styles album is called Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. What is going on with that? Do you have a read on that?
Just the title?
Yeah.
He's just a quirky guy.
I'm starting to really notice how much effort he's putting into being quirky. And I wonder I wonder if we're going a little overboard, Harry. Maybe it's time to dial back the quirk just a little bit. Don't you think?
Well, I don't know. Maybe because he came from a boy band, our idea of him is like he can't actually be quirky. Like he's trying to be, but maybe he really is.
Maybe he knows that he came from a boy band and he's doing a little bit of overcompensating,
Right. Like, that's how it comes across to me too. But maybe that's just him. Like maybe he's not thinking about it. The banner
picture of him on a Spotify page, he's like in a kitchen in a tie, like holding a huge spoon, like eating food off of the spoon.
Right.
And I get a little bit of the I think he's overdoing it just a little bit.
He's trying too hard.
Can you give his new album a letter grade? What do you think?
Oh, gosh, that's so hard. Again, okay, I've said this before, I'll say it again. 90%, maybe 80% of his album, had it been released by anyone under a B, anyone that's not a B tier celebrity. So like anyone that doesn't already have a huge audience, I think it is just instantly forgotten into the ether.
Yeah.
I didn't, and there are a couple standouts, like, what is it? Dance No More? Like the super funky one towards the end is a bop.
What did you think of American Girls? I think that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome. It's the melody, the hook is awesome. But I'm not, again, I've said this so many times, because it's Harry Styles, I'm into it. Like I enjoyed it. And, but if I'm being trying to be objective about how, like a letter grade kind of thing, if it's anyone else, the hooks aren't there. And for me, I'm a hook guy. I'm like, did I hear a melody that sounds like you struck gold? Right. And there's not many where I felt that way. The production's kind of cool. It's a little bit monotonous at times. There's like an acoustic ballad that I thought was pretty good, but it's not like, I feel like the strength of the album is simply the fact that he's Harry Styles.
Yeah.
And not the music itself for me. And, maybe the brand of an artist and the music are so inseparably linked that it should just be as good as it feels to me. And part of what it feels is the fact that it's Harry Styles singing these songs that are like kind of mid. I don't know, but I wish, because I love his brand so much and I love him and I want to have an album from Harry Styles that infects me with like pop deliciousness and, gets in my blood and makes me want to come back and like gives me that dopamine, like, and I have a bond with it. I want that because I like his brand and I like him, but it's just not doing that for me. And it's a bummer, Yeah.
And the idea of letter grades for something like this is kind of silly, but it's still fun. Right. It's still fun to do. And tell me what you think about this. I think if you're as huge of a star as Harry Styles, you have an album like this, for it to be an A anything, A minus, A or A plus, you have to have one undeniable hit.
Yeah.
You got to have one. It doesn't have to be all hits, but you have to have the one that is transcending the album and you want to listen for years and years and years.
Right.
And I don't think it's got it. I don't think this has one of those. I will say I've probably listened to it like 4 or 5 times. Every time I listen to American Girls, I get a little bit more into it. So it's also fair to say that, music deserves a chance to be listened to a bunch of times and things can grow on you and become something like, that sort of transcendent hit. But even so, I don't think I could put it in the A category because it doesn't have that one song that you just fall head over heels in love with it.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, take the best song on that album, give it to a relatively unestablished up and coming artist that a label is trying to break onto the scene, give that artist the best song on Harry Styles' album, does that song do anything for this up and coming artist? And I think the answer is no.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's like the metric. It's like, if it's an undeniable, truly like great song, it would break an artist. It would like, anyone could sing it and it would like kind of make a career for them. More on the same page.
One of the reasons I don't often listen to music in the format of an album, like listening to a full album.
I do know that about you, which is interesting.
Yeah. I often start to feel like I'm listening to songs that they feel like they needed to write to fill out their album. Like they had 6 good ones and it's an 11-song album. And I can kind of hear a sort of navel gazing aspect to some of it where they're trying to make something that's not all that interesting sound super interesting.
Right.
And so for me, I love listening to, I'm a playlist person for sure, where people have distilled a certain, like, they've taken the cream off the top of a bunch of different albums and put them all together. But I do get that sense, like with that acoustic song you were talking about. I don't remember the name of it, but it definitely feels pensive and more thoughtful than the rest of the album. But it's just not that interesting. It's like lyrically and melodically, it just feels like filler after a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm probably in the B- to B range for it.
Good for you. I mean,
is that, you think that is that higher than you expected?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, really?
Why?
Okay.
Why isn't it a C?
It's not a C because honestly, every song that starts, the world and the landscape and the production approach, I'm always kind of interested. I always feel a little bit inspired by the beginning of each song because you know, we're songwriters. We're always farming ideas of like, oh, I could steal that little thing. I could make something that sounds kind of like that. And with almost every song that I feel that way, I feel like whoever produced it, the seeds of each song are solid, but the songs never kind of grow into something that I'm like really excited about.
Totally. I so agree. It's like the world, and I think the world too is at least for me, it's an extension of his brand. Like I'm imagining the quirky picture of the giant spoon in him, and like I'm imagining his like really fat short tie that he used to wear, you know, and his like just his coolness. I'm just imagining his coolness.
It's so funny. Every time we talk about Harry Styles, it's really interesting how your relationship to like his brand and his music. It's so different from how I think about it because you're so tied to his character and his image and his icon.
Yeah, it's a big influence for me. Like there's so many, even just photos of him that, you know, much less like the performance at the Brits. I don't know if you saw his like performance where he's in this like the super high-waisted suit pants and he's like doing the little dance with his hands and I thought it was so freaking awesome. And there's not a lot of aesthetics from artists that grab me like that. Like there's not a ton of like, you know, award show performances from a pop star that like grab me. But yeah, I'm so into his brand for whatever reason. I think it's just, he hits on a similar aesthetic that like I try to hit. And like I said, I just wish that the albums would live up to that. Yeah. And yeah, like I'm the same. When these songs start, I'm like, oh yeah, this is such a creative space that's going on. And I just want that like melody that's going to just infect me. But you know, it doesn't get there.
Well, let me ask you this, because you're an artist, you're a singular brand. Have you ever been tempted to lean into your quirk, to the weirdness that, because I know you pretty well. I know you're weird, what weird is for you. Right. Let me ask you this. What do you think that is? And what's the most you've ever like leaned into that thing?
Great question. I think for me, it kind of leans into like Beatles style psychedelia. You know, my artistic, like, non, broad appeal, right? Like narrow appeal, kind of like niche taste when I make music, or my brand is like psychedelia and whether it's like, you know, an image of my face that's like warped, you know, or something like that, or you know, so even like something like Harry Styles, like if I'm, you know, it's an image of me like in a house and all the furniture is giant and I'm small, you know, just like things like that like kind of warp reality a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I was more inclined to lean into that stuff actually really early on, like with the Baby Blue EP and like the super early stuff.
Yeah.
Like
How about that one shoot you did where of you're like wearing like loose fitting, like a white robe, and you're in the middle of like a garden somewhere. I think you're holding a mango.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm in like, yeah, I have like white linen on, like head to toe, and I had a yellow daisy.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a
very
like
Flower Child look, very Beatles like Flower Child.
Child, like Charles Manson cult kind of vibes. But yeah, honestly, I feel like there was a point in time where I was, how do you say this? I was just without any restraint indulging in that kind of weirder, quirkier side of my artistic output.
Yeah.
And I, you know, after a while of not garnering any kind of like significant attention from an audience perspective, I started to feel like, okay, let me tap into something that feels more direct, more relatable, more easily digestible. And that's when things started to take off. It's just kind of hilarious. And I think at times I try to integrate that stuff back in, like our song Anything and Everything that came out in December.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like remember that one super well. It was kind of like,
I do.
To me, that one was a really nice integration of that weirdness into like the more pop, you know, more broad appeal feel. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's all about just packaging it in a way that people can like understand. You know what I mean?
I'd be really curious to know how the general public sees someone like Harry Styles. Because from my perspective, I grew up in the weird. Like I grew up with artistic parents who were into, you know, the weird stuff that is truly weird and never tried to be popular. You know, like we would go to modern art museums and look at, you know, bananas stapled to walls and stuff like that.
Right.
And I wonder if like people who didn't grow up with that, when they see Harry Styles, they're like, oh, geez, you know, this is almost too risque for me, you know?
Right.
I'm just curious because in my head, because I'm a homegrown sort of snob, I think he has to sort of earn his weirdness stripes in a certain way. But that's just my perspective. I wonder if the broader public kind of sees him as this like a living on the edge kind of like oddball guy. What do you think?
I don't know if it's like something where it's like, oh, this is almost too much for me.
Right.
But I'm sure some people look at him and they're like, what are you going for?
Right.
Like it just kind of doesn't connect. Like, you know, you look at someone like, I don't know, Bruno Mars, right? Yep. And it's like, got it. Understand. You know, he's like a smooth talking crooner player, old soul 60s, you know, Michael Jackson, James Brown guy. Got it. Yeah. And you look at Harry Styles and you're like, what is it? You know, is he like a little like boy genius kind of character? Is he like a pop star? Is he, you know, I don't, you know, so that's my guess for people that don't connect with him. That's kind of, but I don't know. For me, there's something about somebody that came from ultra polished pop doing anything quirky that isn't stupid, because I think to me, I think he pulls it off.
Right.
And
I think so too. I think he does it well.
Ever.
It borders on the trying a little too hard, but I think he does a good job of it. Dude, speaking of Bruno Mars, okay, another album that came out recently, The Romantic. What are your thoughts on the new Bruno? Okay, so it's a little bit similar in my mind. Yes, dude, I've been thinking the exact same thing.
It's a little bit similar. You know, I'd say for me, I am reaching for the Bruno album for like a second, third, fourth listen before I'm reaching for the Harry Styles album.
Yeah.
And that may just be because I'm just more of a fan of that genre. I think there's one or two that I really like that, I will be putting on in the cars because I want to hear it. Mm-hmm. But man, where are the hooks? Where are they, dude? Like, gosh.
Yeah, it's another one. There's no hit. There's not a hit on it, man.
Okay, one that I think could be a hit is Something Serious. Do you remember how that one goes?
No, not off the top of my head.
It's like the second or third to last song.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's awesome. I mean, but to me, it's like that song might be my favorite from the album.
Yeah.
And that song would be like the worst song on 24 Karat Magic.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
You see what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's good because that album is, an all-time great, but like, yeah, it's not we're not reaching the melodic mastery that I'm used to from him.
Dude, if this had come out before 24 Karat Magic, we would be like, hold on. Like, Bruno Mars is ascending to a different level right now. And then it would make perfect sense to have, pre 24 Karat Magic and then this and then 24 Karat Magic and Silk Sonic. That would be a straight trajectory to that peak. It's only because it's come after that that we kind of see it the way we do. You know what I think is the best. My favorite is the opening track. It's called Risk It All. It's just
you like that one?
Oh, I love it. I don't think I like it for sort of superficial reasons.
Right.
Just that it's the guitar sounds so beautiful. So it's like a romantic Latin love song where she's just singing and he's just got a guitar and there's dramatic like mariachi style trumpets in the background. Yeah. It's just gorgeous. And the writing is beautiful. What happens harmonically is interesting. It's super interesting. He takes some left turns. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. And I feel that way about kind of the whole album. It just sounds incredible. Oh, yeah. Truly. The production quality. I've really been, to get back into the sort of silliness of letter grades, I've really been toying with having it be an A- because of how good it sounds just based on quality of production. But then 24 Karat Magic needs an A++++. It just skews your grading scale too much. So I'd have it a B+ for me. Wow.
Yeah. See, I'm giving it a B. Honestly, I'm giving Harry's a C.
Okay. I respect it.
Yeah. Because I feel the same way about that Risk It All. Just that it's so hard to make a pop song that truly on the first listen you cannot predict where it's about to go. Yeah. And that's what that one does. Like it's straight ahead pop. It is like full blown, minimal. Every sound is extremely visible in the mix. There's no big kind of monotone soundscape. It's like just a couple things happening and you're following the melody like you're following, someone writing or someone drawing a stick figure on a piece of paper. It's so easy to follow what he's doing. It's so exposed. And yet he goes places melodically that just you couldn't expect. Yeah. And then he ties it up in such a beautiful way. But I thought that you would be bothered by him kind of trying to make something that sounded like the mariachi kind of.
There's a couple stinkers on there, like the cha-cha song.
Yeah.
Where it just is like, what we were saying earlier, like, he needed 4 more songs, and that's one of them. But dude, here's one thing that I think about with Bruno Mars a lot, is that he's always playing this character and it's the perfect name for the album, which is the romantic. Yeah. It's like every song is kind of a tortured love song. Mm-hmm. And that wears on me a little bit. Just like, I wonder from a female listener's perspective, if every song is him kind of like laying it all out there as I want to be your man, but I can't be your man, doesn't that just flatten out after a while? Doesn't that sort of lose its punch after a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when it's your fourth album in a row doing that. For me, I do get fatigued. I don't think I get fatigued within the album, but in the series of albums, I'm like, "Whoa, man, you're still and you're," and I don't mean this in like a weird way, but like you're 40 years old.
It's like I imagine Bruno Mars sitting down with his notebook and a pencil and just be like, what am I going to write about today? And it's just always the same. It's always the same thing.
Yeah, with Silk Sonic, I felt like he really twisted it in a tongue-in-cheek way.
Yeah.
And there was a comedic element to it that I felt like totally gave it new life.
Yeah.
But that's not totally there on this album.
Yeah. It makes me think he's just this he's this being. He's this he's like a Greek style god who has this purpose.
Right.
And like
he cannot singular.
The world can't. He just views the world through this lens. Right. And it's cool. And he's like a master. He's a master at it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure there's anyone else doing it right now at his level.
Right.
Which maybe that's to justify my complaints is that he's gotten to that point. That he's probably doing it better than anyone in the world. So like, who cares? If you get to that level, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. I heard someone say that it felt like a Silk Sonic album without Anderson .Paak.
Yeah. Anderson .Paak brought like you were saying, like a humor and a layer of removal from the seriousness of it that really brought out a lot.
When I heard that, I was like, here's what they said. They were like, it feels like a list of songs that were cut from the Silk Sonic album that were going to be on it. And then they got cut. And so he just made them without Anderson. Yeah. And there's a few of them that I definitely feel that way, but it does, the Latin slant does give it a nice like distinction.
Yeah.
And like Risk It All is so awesome. Yeah, and you should go back and listen to Something Serious because it slaps.
Yeah.
Something Serious. It's really good.
Thinking about these two albums together, it brought up our conversation for me about John Mayer. And I need to talk to you more in depth about a particular John Mayer song because this exact thing we're talking about with Bruno Mars really kind of put it in plain English for me. Which is the song Gravity. So let me tell you how I feel about the song Gravity and get your response, right? I think Gravity might be the best slow jam ever that is not a love song.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's not a love song, is it?
It's not a love song. I think it's one of the greatest songs ever written, and it's the greatest slow song that sounds like a love song that is not.
Yeah. Isn't there something about that makes it, that allows it to transcend a little bit?
Yes. Because and it's also not about anything silly. He's singing, it's very serious, and it's very much singing about like his internal state just in the world, not in a relationship to like a woman or another person or something like that.
It's just
like,
struggle.
Dude, the opening lyrics just crush me every time I listen to it. The opening lyrics are Gravity is working against me, and gravity is trying to bring me down.
That's brilliant,
dude. I can't deal with how beautifully written and simple it is. And I feel like when we talked about John Mayer last time, I needed to, that was an important part of how I felt that I didn't get out, and I needed to run that by you. Can you think of any other song like that should be just like a pouring your heart out love song that isn't?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of Motown ballads are about the same thing. I was born by the river in a little tent. It's change is going to come. It's like these songs of struggle, and you're pouring your heart out, but it's like a lament. It's like you're pouring your heart out because you don't know how you're going to get through just your life, as opposed to, a breakup.
Yeah.
I think those songs, well, a love song can be just as timeless, but I don't know. I think when I am writing, I run into this a lot too, where there are so many, like, for lack of a better word, tropes of song topics that are so easy to just fall out of your mouth. Songs about, you know, baby come back and like, baby, I love you and come over and phrases like that. They just swim around in your mind because they're so plentiful in pop music. And when I'm writing, they just fly out of my mouth. And I have to always like try to sift through, okay, which one of these like very stock phrases is right for this? And which one is just kind of like making it feel more generic? And it's so hard to find these, not just phrases, but concepts like topics for a song that aren't just a love song or a breakup song, or, you know, and I think trying to find a way to phrase your personal struggle,
right?
It's like a deep well in a way that a love song isn't always such a deep well. So yeah, when I hear Gravity, I'm like, oh my! If I just know, I know what he went through to find that, you know, and he found it, man, and it's like he's just struck that gold.
The live performance of him, the live concert of him singing that in L.A. is out of control.
I've never heard that.
It's the one, if you like search Gravity on YouTube, it'll be the first thing that comes up. But anyway, yeah, man, that song. I think it's probably amongst the top songs ever written. I feel that way pretty strongly.
I agree. I think it's in there, and I think, you know, when it first starts, for me, it feels like it's about to just be a 12-bar blues. Yeah, just a standard blues song, which immediately for me pigeonholes it into a category, like a genre that it can't be one of the best songs ever. Yeah. Because it's just, it's inside of like a formula. But then he goes to that, both twice as good, ain't twice as none, can't sustain like one half should, and wanting more is gonna send me to my knees. Yeah. And that, I mean, it's because gravity is working against me. That feels bluesy. But then when he goes to that B section, it's like, whoa, what is this? Yeah. You know, this is like, all of a sudden, we're in like singer-songwriter world. Yeah. And it's so masterful. And it's like that, I don't know if is it a minor 4? Is it like some kind of augmented chord that happens in that moment?
I don't know. I've never investigated it. It's always just, it exists as just magic in my head.
Yeah, it's just magic.
Indefinable magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, did you pay attention to the Oscars at all last night?
I just saw some clips this morning from like...
Do you know what won Best Picture?
Yeah, One Battle After Another.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
You have seen it?
Yes, I saw it on a plane. I loved it.
You saw it on an airplane?
No. I only watch movies on airplanes. It's the only time I have time.
We're not going to get super into it, but what did you think about that movie?
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah, I loved it. We've talked about Paul Thomas Anderson before. I think the only other one I've seen from him is There Will Be Blood, and this was very different.
Oh yeah. You know, he's got a depth of movies that would really inform this one. There Will Be Blood is probably as far from this as you can get. But he's got a couple others. He made a movie called Licorice Pizza that is more in the tone of this one. And Boogie Nights. But anyway, when you watched it, did it seem plausible that this might be, you know, best picture?
That's a good question. Honestly, no. I feel like most movies that make me think best picture, just because it seems to be the kind of style of movie that has won a lot over the past decade, is like really, really heavy emotional stuff. Yeah. Like 3 Billboards, you know, like that movie. Yeah. It's like you just want to like go to sleep for 5 months after you watch a movie like that. And this one, it was so funny after having watched There Will Be Blood, which is so dark and so like, it gives you no redeeming feelings at all. Right. It's just pain the whole movie. Yeah. This one, the way it wraps up, it's almost like a feel-good movie. Yeah. Which is like so weird because it's so dark in so many ways, but by the end of it, it's got this like, you know, like she runs out the door and hops in her car and you hear that Tom Petty song. And you're you're like, oh, this is like we're going on a little adventure. It's like a feel good movie.
American Girl.
Yeah, and it wrapped up in a way that There Will Be Blood so did not. So it was a cool blend of like dark, kind of disturbing subject matter with like this adventurous kind of like, I don't know, coming of age, like kind of like typical hero, like genre.
The first time I saw it, I got absorbed by it, and it felt so dangerous to me. The situations they were in, it felt so dangerous that I really missed how much of a comedy it is. It's just littered with stupid, silly jokes everywhere. Like names of people and names of the nunnery that they go to and everything. Everything is just a blatant, it's like fart jokes. They're just like, it's so silly. But I watched it again recently, and I knew, okay, in this situation, obviously these people are in, like, something bad's going to happen, but I could relax because I wasn't wondering if something horrible was about to happen. And it's a really funny movie, man. It's like a comedy. That's what I didn't. Right. I missed that the first time. It is a comedy. Wow. And I really enjoyed it watching it that way. It clicked with me, And it's just a weird little energy level of a movie. It's like not a type of movie that. And this is probably why I had that experience the first time of really not knowing what I was experiencing. Is it? I can't say, oh, it's like this, or oh, it's like that movie. Right. It's just its own creature.
Definitely that.
And it's so exciting when a movie like that happens, because you're like, oh, I've got this whole new range of story and like drama to understand that I can't understand through the lens of something to compare it to, Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like you. I definitely, from the moment I turned it on, I just was no longer on planet Earth. I was just inside of this movie for the duration. And I also didn't totally catch as much of a comedic vibe. Like, obviously there's moments where he's like, on the phone with the guy trying to figure out the code words and stuff. It's hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, it's so it's like a thriller, but it's just a bunch of like losers. Yeah. It's like it really these people in this like crazy situations, but he's just a total like just loser, but he's a hero. I don't know. But you know what else I saw? But before you do that. Yeah. I can't remember if you're the one that told me about this movie. If you're not, we'll just skip it. But all right. I saw Uncut Gems.
Yes, I did tell you about that movie.
Yes. Dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What was your, I forget what your take was. Like, what did you tell me about it?
Oh my gosh. I practically had a heart attack watching it. It's like the most stressful thing I've ever watched. Yes. Yeah. But also fantastically well made and entertaining, and just a great movie.
Yes. And gosh, Adam Sandler is like, I had no clue he could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
he just is a tour de force of acting.
Yeah. I mean, he just wasn't Adam Sandler. He was just, in every cell of his body, he was that character. It was crazy.
Dude, the scene when they're in the jewelry shop and Kevin Garnett is trying to get in, but the door is stuck.
It's so real. It's so realistic.
It's so real. Oh my goodness. Apparently, apparently the new Timothée Chalamet movie, the ping pong movie, Marty Supreme,
same director,
is the same director, and apparently it's kind of like in the same vein. And I've been meaning to watch it.
Oh, I'm dying to see it. I haven't seen it either.
All right, dude. Let's wrap it up like this. Okay. Since the Grammys happened, which was a couple months ago, I feel like we've owed people a list of artists that we think are worth listening to that are not us, that we hold in high regard. Let's try and turn some people on to some music they might not have known before. So here's what I'd like from you. We're each going to give 5 artists and a song that they have that people might not have heard of. They don't have to be super underground. They just can't be, Billboard names. Let's give people some music to check out that we're into that they might enjoy. Can you think of anyone off the top of your head that, someone might not have heard before that you think is worth checking out?
Yes.
What you got?
I have been like in a swimming pool of interest in this band, and we haven't been able to talk about it yet. I know that you're familiar with this band. The last time we talked about it, you weren't that captured by them, and I recently have like caught the bug, and it's Parcels.
Oh yeah.
Have you caught the bug too? Like, are you in there?
Not in the sense that I'm listening to them a lot, almost because I'm not ready to be captured to the degree that I know I will be.
Right. Yeah.
But it's clicked that they're masters.
Yeah.
And I should be learning from them.
Yeah.
It's like having a big homework assignment that I'm putting off.
Yeah, and you have to fight being pissed off the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, because it's so good. You're like, why am I trying to make music that sounds like this? Because it's never, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been.
What's a good song? What's a good starter song?
Shoot. Well, it depends on. Okay, I'll give you two. One is "You Got Me Feeling." Is a phenomenal song, and it's very like you get a clear picture of who they are and the song right off the bat. Mm-hmm. But if you want to like levitate in your seat, listen to Every Road, which is an 8-minute song. Oh my God. But it is worth every moment. You could also listen to "Come Down." So those are three. I mean, that's too many.
Okay.
But
all right, let me hit you with one.
Okay, hit me.
Nick Drake.
Oh, cool. I mean, I feel like he's pretty famous, right? Kind of classic.
I would bet that 3 out of 10 casual music fans would know who Nick Drake is.
Yeah, I'd say that's true. 3 out of 10. That's a lot.
And I think a good gateway song for Nick Drake is called "Place to Be." He's just like, he is such a mood, man. He is just, you want to be pensive on like a warm, cozy morning, turn on Nick Drake.
Yeah. Sheesh.
All right, dude, what else you got?
Okay, give me Remy Wolf.
I don't think I know Remy Wolf.
I've sent you a few songs from her. Okay. She does "Get in Line, Smile for the Photo ID." Dun, dun. You know that song?
It's like pop, like
it's like disco pop, yeah.
Disco pop. Okay.
You could listen to "Sexy Villain," great song. You could listen to "Photo ID," which is what I just poorly sang. You could listen to I'm looking through. Shoot, there's so many good ones. Anthony Kiedis is like an interesting one. She's kind of like,
the song is called Anthony Kiedis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or "Quiet on Set" is also a great one. She's like a really raw, like aggressive, alternative, like female pop powerhouse, but she like makes straight funk music.
Oh, sick.
Yes, it's so good. She's like, she is quirky in the most authentic, real.
Okay.
Like, if you want to see quirky, go look through her kind of.
She's
like
effortlessly quirky.
It's just oozing out of her. You know what I mean? Like she was born like that. So yeah, that's mine.
All right, my next one is Lewis Cole.
Oh, nice.
You hip to Lewis Cole?
Yeah, not super hip, but
he's speaking of effortlessly quirky. He's this like, he makes this kind of like hyper pop funk.
Hyper is the word. Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be, and this is just how I feel. I don't know if this is a PC thing to say. He's got to have some sort of like ADHD.
Yeah, no,
that has been funneled into a creative direction as well as it can possibly be. It's like he's just sort of manic, and just really weirdly and entertainingly. So a really good song of his is called "When You're Ugly." It's such a good song. His music videos are also hilarious. He has a music video that's just him driving around in a child's car, like one of those cars that kids get in their driveway. He's shirtless, but he has a suit, like a knight's helmet, full helmet on, and he's holding like a spear, and it's just him driving around his neighborhood in a child's car while the music. It's just weirdness, but it's really, really cool. His music's really, really great. Lewis Cole. All right, what you got next?
Shoot, I mean, I'm torn. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is cheating because we've talked so much about Wolfpack, and a lot of our audience might know Wolfpack, but Wolfman, who is the band leader of Wolfpack, his solo project called Wolfman. And I've been meaning to say this to you. I might be a bigger Wolfman fan than I am a Wolfpack fan. Like, all I'm saying is
you like to shock me with your anti-Wolfpack takes. I know.
Some of the tracks with Evangeline, are all timers. Like, Got to Be Mine.
Yep.
And Letting Things Go. I mean, there's some true, and even Chicago Summer. You know that one? Chicago Summer. Man, the few albums that he's put out over the past year, when I put my headphones on, man, I put some of those albums on, I'm just transported.
Yeah.
There's something about it. And he's got some super cheesy stuff on there too, but I would definitely recommend Got to Be Mine. That's one of the best songs I've heard in the past 5 years. It's incredible. And it might have to be you.
Yeah.
Have you heard the new one, Sleep for Days?
Yes.
Whoa. I mean, are you? Is it so for you or what?
That one. If I'm gonna get into it like you have, it's gonna be on repeated listens.
Okay.
I did have an initial. Oh, it's good, but it's not. I'm not bonding with this song.
Got it.
Reaction to it. I'll do my last one. Also from the Wolf verse, Theo Katzman.
Yeah.
You gotta check out Theo. My favorite song of his is called "Death of Us." Listen to "Death of Us" or "Be the Wheel."
"Be the Wheel" is so good. Maybe
my favorite current singer-songwriter just plays a guitar and sings.
Right.
Theo Katzman. Who is a member of Wolfpack.
And then honorable mention, I'm going to say Benny Sings, you saw Benny Sings in concert, didn't you?
Not that I remember.
Oh, maybe it's somebody else. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but you would like him a lot. And then what was the other one I was going to say? Benny Sings and I can't remember. Oh well. That's my honorable mention.
That's a solid list. We got a good list going.
Yeah, good list.
Okay, dude, let's wrap it up.
All right. Good vibes.
Yeah, we'll see you in the Fulton Lee Discord.
Peace.